Hey, what's up? It's a little bit dark. We're heading down. She's here beside me, so if you hear her chime in. This one's going to be pretty short. It's about supporting items to submit for your VA claim. Right, so I went through e-benefits on another video. Sorry about it. It's dark. It's like overcast. It's usually a little brighter in the morning when we're heading down. So one of the first things that you obviously need to submit, if the VA doesn't have already, the military, your military medical packet. You can request that from National Archives. I mean, if you don't have, if you've been in for a while and you're getting out, you can request it. They should have that yellow packet that they make you take everywhere, every time you PCS somewhere. They give you your medical paperwork. The next thing would be your civilian medical packet or medical documents. Any civilian doctor that saw you, or if you're out, or if you're in the Army Reserve, National Guard, and you were injured, or you were like me on active duty for a little bit in the National Guard and the Reserve, you might have gone and had stuff looked at as a civilian doctor, so you want to get all that paperwork and submit it. You want any of your LODs. So LOD is a line of duty. Means it should be documented. Anything, if you actually got injured, hurt, or anything like that, you should have an LOD. If you're in right now and you're getting out, I would make sure that you get as many copies of any LODs that you have. My issue was I didn't even know about LODs. I had them, but I didn't know anything about them until I got my medical paperwork, and somebody else told me about them. I knew of them, but I didn't know what the significance was. And if you actually read it, it talks about it actually mentions about if it's an injury that you might file a claim for VA. The next thing is a buddy letter. So if you were overseas, and I imagine even if you're in the States and got hurt and it's someone you were on active duty, anybody that was there with you, anybody that saw what happened, anybody that can write, a statement. I've read a lot of different things recently that it talked about how you want to make sure that you put, I think the wording's like this statement, I attest under, there's wording, I'll put it underneath here, that specifically not like I saw this happen. Like, it's almost like you're swearing that what you're saying is true, or the buddy letter. The same thing from your commander, a commander's letter. Someone who was, if you can get your commander to write it, if they were there, write it, or the highest ranking person that knows of your injury. It doesn't need to be some long statement. The longer the better, the more detail that they remember, the better. Then your family, a letter from your family, like your spouse. So like if you have an injury and it's been affecting your daily life or something like that, just a statement from them saying, yes, the same thing, like this is how it affects my daily life, and how I see it affects him. And the same thing, I'll put the wording that they said to attend. So like I usually say it in each one of these, this is just solely for somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. It's not for anybody to use to try to get extra percentage from the VA and you don't have an injury. We all see all that stuff out there, all these people doing all these crazy things, getting VA benefits and finding out, nothing was wrong with them. I don't think that's really a concern nowadays, possibly. Who knows? I guess it'll come out. But just make sure you're doing the right thing with this information and not using it, if you don't have a problem. All right, now.